past week, we had the presentation by General Honore and other law enforcement and national security experts as to what we can do to avoid what happened before, but as we go forward, and members springing from that are having their views. This has to be a professional security decision. I myself have been one to say, let's see what we can do with a minimum of fencing, but again, it's a security decision. They're cutting in half the number of the National Guard already. They only will be there as planned for the next 2 months, and subject everything that is there. The architect of the Capitol has certain needs that he must have to harden the entrances and windows to the Capitol. You know, and then the police board has to be reviewed for how it makes decisions. They're important decisions to make, and we had 3 sessions, so that's as many members as possible who wanted to know the facts of it all. And now this week we'll be able to make some decisions based on that, and then we will have to have a supplemental piece of legislation to pay for the additional changes. And hopefully, as we make our decisions, those will be our very best investments on how we protect the Capitol, return it as soon as possible to this glorious temple of democracy.
So hello everyone. We haven't done a video in a while, and we wanted to catch up with you, and we've had a long and arduous battle into getting our studio office renovated. And so far, it's going wonderfully. We are almost done. We're still looking for likes, subs, all that. Please comment. We always like to hear from you. But we'd like to get to this Pelosi issue and the fence that is around our Capitol. If anyone has been following any of this, it has been easy to notice that it looks like a totalitarian government. It is as if the military themselves have took over Washington, D.C. And this is directly and solely upon Nancy Pelosi. She actually controls the situation, the narrative there. We solely blame this on the Democrats. No one has the authority but them to put up the wall and fence. Also, they're the ones pining for it. Most of the Republicans are not. We find the true irony of it all is that they didn't want fences. Fences were an abomination, and they were somehow deemed racist. They believed there were racist connotations with having fences erected between you and a neighbor, which was really ironic because most of them, if not all of them, had fences, gates. They were living in gated communities. So it's the sheer irony of the thing that they would also build a giant fence around the American Capitol. Now, Pelosi can say all she wants to about they lessened the border patrol around their little government. She can say all she wants to about maybe cutting back the amount of fence. But as far as their own words have gone, having any fence is still only a little bit racist. It's the same thing with Joe Biden. Joe Biden himself actually came out and said before he ever earned presidency, and I hope the silence doesn't deter you from the air quotes that I'm using right now. When he said that he was against Donald Trump signing executive orders, and he even said that doing so would be like a dictator. Fast forward it to the very day that President Biden is actually saying here's 30-something odd different executive orders that he's going to sign. How unlike a dictator. Now keep in mind, since he's a Democrat and since he's the president, nothing he once said is going to make him be held accountable. And the Democrats themselves do nothing but stick up for each other no matter what, which has us really concerned about Andrew Cuomo. We think it may be payback for actually supporting Trump on a couple of issues. That's all it took. They couldn't trust him anymore. So now he's out. Now they will actually get rid of one of their own. They're thinning the herd. They need people that are more obedient. But we see how this is going to end, or rather not end. Fact of the matter is, Nancy Pelosi probably would keep this going month after month after month after years. And we already know, if you read online, that they're willing to take the pandemic as long as they have to. That they're willing to take all of this, with people not being able to work, etc., 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 as far as they need to take it. And you can say, well, they're doing it to make sure that we're safe. Or you could say that they're doing it for alternative motives. We don't know that, but we do know that Pelosi wants to keep a fence between the American people and the Capitol. The government themselves are distancing themselves from the American people. And keep in mind, this woman is having a very hard time discussing this. Listen to how she's talking. It is gerbils, mumbles, weird speech impediments. She's eating her tongue. So we want to know, why is this person in power? How is she in power? And how does she have the ability to essentially encapsulate the capital of the United States? Nancy Pelosi essentially has the power to negate the American people from being able to interact with its very governance. That's how powerful this woman is. And just like the Wicked Witch of the West, she signed on whatever she needed to become the most strongest sorceress out there. We find it supremely ironic, to the highest, most point of ironicness. Remember, the same people who they claim all the time that they don't want walls, they don't want guns, ironically enough, they're the ones that have surrounded themselves with walls and guns. Take actors, for example. They made their whole entire bounty of money. The millions, if not billions of money that they received was from them making movies where they were shooting up someone, or people in the movie were doing so. Either way, they supported it when it was financially accurate for them. These Democrats, they failed to protect the American people with a wall. They have no problem at all putting one up for themselves. And we said back when they put the thing up that this thing may never leave. And here we're seeing it. A little bit of our rights erodes a little bit of the time. And it keeps on going to the point where, are they going to expand the wall? Are they ever going to take it down? Are we ever going to see any visitation to those buildings anymore ever again? Are normal, everyday American citizens allowed to be in there ever again? How free is a country that they can't even have its own people visit its capital? These are the same Democrats that refused to protect Americans against cartels, against people that were trafficking organs. They failed to support angel moms, support people that are attacking ICE. They're the same people that 2 years ago said an illegal immigrant trying to buy a gun should be reported, and now they're claiming that's not the case. But Democrats, we thought walls were bad. You can't paint a picture to say that walls are bad and then create the ultimate form of one. The only difference between your wall and Trump's wall, because let's be honest, it's all going to be paid for by the taxpayer, his walls or yours, at least some. So let's get this straight. You can make a wall wherever you dang well please, but Trump can't. This is what we said a long time ago. Very biased individuals. They don't care about American prosperity. They don't care that Donald Trump or this person or that person wins the presidency of the office. What they do care about is being able to control that person. And if not, it will be an ultimate smear campaign. And we saw that with the media attacking Donald Trump every step of the way. Now, how much could he have accomplished with some support, with people who are actually going to support him, with a media outlets, a few of them at least being honest and presenting a fair case for Donald Trump? We offer a very good argument to the Democrats. Show that you're not racist. Show that you're not bigots or hypocrites. Show that you're not any of these words that you've thrown at Donald Trump time and time again for 4 years. A group of people scared you so bad that through your own fear, you have committed the ultimate atrocity for a political party. Your own fear drove you to drive away the American people. We already knew the popular president wasn't quite as popular as everyone was trying to let on in the media. Why was it that Trump got attacked so vehemently, so horribly in the media? But the hypocrites, the people who are genuinely being hypocrites, are being let go, unresponsible. No, the media is not going to pick up on that, and they're not going to out the Democrats. That's their guys. That's their group, their bread and butter. So they're going to ignore that. They're going to ignore the fact that there is a border crisis fixing to go down at the border yet again. We already have the Texas governor and many others in Texas having major problems going on down at the border already. Biden refuses to acknowledge it. His press secretary refuses to acknowledge it. And it's going to get out of hand. And unfortunately for the United States, we get an influx of people who aren't the best people in the world in many cases. We can't actually investigate any of them. Currently, right now, they're catching and releasing people without so much as giving them a COVID test. We all have to go from one building to another with people scanning our heads, but these people that are illegal get reprimanded at the border, let go, given a court date a year from now, and not even checked for COVID, not even checked for tuberculosis or any other kind of disease. And you're going to tell me that our government is thinking of our safety. Sometimes we actually have to wonder. Anyway, it's been great to talk to you guys again. Please like, share, and subscribe. We really do appreciate that around here. We get by on all of that stuff. Also, don't be afraid to comment. Comment down below, talk, say what you want to. Enjoy your time. Comment down below. God bless each and every one of you. See ya.